the go-to voice for Turkish businesses chasing real success in the Gulf region.
First of all, nothing is easy in the world.
Good start.
Everybody who is here has a share in building this.
This is my arena.
Be curious about the country, be curious about the people, be curious about the cultures.
Stories of shiny startups are booming.
The knowledge is there now, easy access. What you're going to do with this knowledge?
Your Turkish grit, that's multicultural experience throughout your life, something else.
When there was opportunities, I said, I will write my own destiny.
Some people study markets. Others live them across Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia, and much more beyond. With over 25 years spanning continents and a powerful mix of corporate hustle and social entrepreneurship, my guest today has become the go-to voice for Turkish businesses chasing real success in the Gulf region. From energy projects to tech startups, infrastructure plays to tourism ventures, he's seen what overperformance really looks like when you move beyond one-size-fits-all approaches. I hope you're really ready for honest, actionable wisdom on thriving in one of the world's most dynamic regions. Welcome, Kanat Kutluk.
Thank you.
Hoş geldiniz.
Hoş bulduk.
I hope you're doing great, and I'm really excited to have a conversation with you.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here and looking forward for our lovely talk.
Absolutely. And to be very honest, the conversation that relates to Turkey, it's something that sits deeply in my heart because before moving to Dubai, I spent a lot of time in Turkey and Istanbul. I believed that was the city that I fell in love first traveling across different countries, and it still has a very special place in my heart. And if Dubai later on did not steal my heart, I might be living now in Istanbul. Never know.
So imagine how we feel, how much we miss our country.
Absolutely.
But we are happy to be here also the last 20 years.
Yes, you have such an extensive background, and I'm sure we need hours to go deeply through everything, but let's try to squeeze it in the shorter version. But of course, having said that, you have more than 25 years of extensive experience of traveling and living in the variety of countries and different continents. Just name it, you know. So still for the more than 2 decades, you based here in Dubai. Do you remember that moment being in the UAE and saying to yourself, this is my arena?
Yes, I think we didn't need to go anywhere else because Dubai in the new world's capital. That's how I believe and how we experienced. This is not something all of a sudden happened. We built it.
Yes.
We built it all together in the last 20-25 years, I would say, under the management of the country. But I say everybody who is here has a share in building this. This is a product that everybody worked on to excel it. And now we have that product. That's why we are being very attractive, very appealing, and targeted also in many ways.
I like that, yeah.
In the early days when I come, it was still very promising. This was the year 2005, 2006. And I said, this is a place where I can grow personally. And the company that I was working at that time was an American company, and a lot of opportunities for the company as well as for me and for my family opened up. Because when you are married and you have kids, of course you think for your family's sake and your children's happiness and education. I must say there was some challenges 20 years back or 15 years back. But the success of UAE, when there is a challenge, they identify, they make a plan, and then they execute it in a very fast manner. Compared to a traditional country, you might see this pending for years and years and not change, and you get frustrated.
Right, yeah.
So UAE has this uniqueness. As it's unique, it's difficult to explain to people. That's why during the conflict of the last months, everybody around the world was talking about Dubai, but I barely any of them really understand how much we are attached here, because the concept of not being a citizen of a country but feeling like a citizen is only in UAE.
You nailed it, absolutely. And I totally agree with you. That's why we call it home. Instantly, whether you spend a year, where you spend 10 years, where you spend 20, I absolutely see the same what you just described when you see that it's not just hold somewhere on the discussion that this change has to be done. It's actually happening instantly. And that's the beauty of the country that's leading in so many fields right now, worldwide, being quite still young country. So yes, and we expats feeling very comfortable. We love this place, and the most important, whenever we have any business idea that's in our minds, we know that it can be done, it can be executed, it can be a success here in the UAE. Let's go back a little bit still to your younger years. You're still very young, but I want to touch the parts of your education because it's quite impressive. You hold the political degree from Istanbul University, a Master of Economics from Marmara as well. I believe in Abu Dhabi, that leads in seeds. Among all of that educational backgrounds, do you find them still relevant in the modern world, essential, or some of them still surprise you and you're asking, why did I do that a while ago?
I think the world is changing, and still some of the universities or studies will remain if you are selective on what you want. Right. And if you go to the right school. Starting from the last one, I mean, INSEAD is one of the best MBA in the world. And we are lucky to have it in Abu Dhabi. So once it was established, I think 2010 or 11, they opened the campus in Abu Dhabi. I said, now the education, knowledge came to my doorstep. So why shouldn't I? But it took 2 years for me to be able to join, because it has quite a selective method to accept students. And in 2013, I was graduated, and it starts with Abu Dhabi, but 3 campuses you go, Singapore and Fontainebleau, Paris. We were 46 people, and the first week of the lesson in Abu Dhabi, I was asking to myself, what am I doing in this class? Because the other guys and girls are so brilliant, and why I'm here in that group. It was finance classes, I must say. Then in time, of course, there was classes where I was in the front and some others were feeling like I did in the first week. But at the end of 15 months program, we were all learned from each other and from the school. Going back, this was my 3rd school. I think every 5 to 10 years, I felt like I need to learn something and add something to my knowledge. I love studying. I love university atmosphere. So that was the topic. And going back to my first studies, University of Istanbul, political science and international relations, we really had a very broad understanding of the world, and in specific Middle East politics and the regional politics programs like Mediterranean programs or Black Sea development programs. And then I felt I need to add something on top, more in economy, and I had my master's degree again in Istanbul. They all help in various ways, but today to reach knowledge is much easier. Is it necessary? Not really, because the knowledge is there now, easy access. What you're going to do with this knowledge and how you're going to use it still depends on you, and their collaborations and the networking comes to the picture. This is why also United Arab Emirates, Dubai, our organization as Turkish Business Council, or Eurasiagulf is so precious, because you bring people together to be able to learn from each other, share knowledge, and prosper together. In particular, I like Eurasiagulf because it opens me a door and a gate to an area which I can't easily tap because of the CIS countries and the Russian-speaking countries. The only challenge I have, which when I was working in Kazakhstan, I learned a bit of Russian, but very little, just to take a taxi.
Your pronunciation is perfect. I tested it already.
Спасибо большое. To be able to take a taxi or give an order in the food or when you meet with someone to greet them. But you have these Russian-speaking meetings. I cannot come. And
That's just a very limited series. We have the variety range of the events.
But when I see that Russian-speaking meeting, I feel bad. I say to myself, I should have studied more to Russian to be able to attend the class.
Wow, that is so impressive, honestly. And I believe that the younger generation should watch it, should listen to that, because, yes, you rightly said that education and knowledge is easily accessible. But then it puts on our shoulders that responsibility whether we go or not. And that's where I see that many youngsters, they lack in that motivation or courage of the self-learning. So they need to hear such examples to understand that it is essential. It doesn't mean that it's not essential at all to get the education. And the more you learn, the better you become in life as well. And the more success it will bring you. And of course, mix it with some good networking and learning from the real people examples. That's wonderful. You call yourself as the social entrepreneur and corporate at the same time. And again, talking about the UAE, it's a place where stories of shiny startups are booming. But I'm sure you know the reality, what's happening in the background. So what's really its cost to build something that can last through the continents, through the time?
Yes, I mean, first of all, nothing is easy in the world.
Good start.
we have to say that. Yeah, if you have big ideas, if you want to make big achievements, you have to suffer at one place, at one point of time. And UAE is a place where you will suffer the least because the state and the habitat is giving you all the opportunities. Whether you take it, you can't take it, or you look at the empty side or the full side of the glass, that's on you. First of all, you have to be curious. I will suggest everybody to be curious. Be curious about the country, be curious about the people, be curious about the cultures, and cultural understandings, diversity, and mingling is what UAE stands for.
Right.
As we are among the 90% of the people coming from outside, we never feel as a foreigner or an outsider. We are very much welcomed in this country by the locals. We are supported financially, physically, morally. We are protected fully like any other citizen in this country. Where can you have this? Nowhere.
I can't name.
Only maybe in your own country. I say maybe because there are certain times the countries might not have enough resources to give you all these features. But in UAE, as a startup or an entrepreneur, it is the place. I didn't live in that area, but I think it is like the gold rush in the United States, where people were going to the other side of US and west part of US, and because of the gold and other things, they were establishing businesses and they were prospering. Some of the very big companies in US start in early century, 20th century and become successful. And here we are seeing the same thing, especially the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then after COVID, it became like a boom. Yes, there is a stagnant situation now due to the conflict, but it will bounce back very fast.
Very fast. We already see the traffic is back.
Yes. And it will be stronger. Yeah. You know why? Because it's tested now. How many countries in the world can say that they are tested under such pressure? We are tested, and I believe we are stronger. nobody I know who left this country.
Me too, absolutely. Like, I just didn't feel any moment throughout the past 2 months that where I need to rush, pack my bags and leave.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes. So the startups, if you have a good idea, if you tested your idea in your own country or elsewhere, and you want to scale it up, this is a place.
Yeah.
But of course, you have to be patient and you have to give yourself some time and to the country. My general duration is 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year is the maturity timing of UAE where your idea and your business will go up. And this is, compared to many countries, this is quite a short time.
Very short time.
Yeah.
I remember the time I was living in Australia for quite a while, and I remember also mingling within the Belarusian community because they have the strong sense of community and support there as well. And I was terrified by the stories of people who told me that they spent from 5 to 10 years trying to adapt and feeling comfortable.
Yes.
And I remember here, it took me one day to feel, oh, okay, I'm living here for long.
Yes, that's
so true, so true. Well, you have the reputation of the dynamic breakthrough leader who over-delivers. And just by the first 5 minutes of our conversation, I can clearly say that. But still, I would like to know from where it came. Your Turkish grit, that's multicultural experience throughout your life, something else? What's the secret?
It's a combination, I will say. I think certain things that you were not happy when you were young might be beneficial for you when you grow up. In that sense, my father was an ex-military.
Yeah.
And we were complaining a lot when we were young, but we learned a lot from him about discipline. And discipline is quite, these days, youngsters try to stay away from it, but I think it's the basis of a lot of learning and to put your acts together. Focus is also coming from discipline, working ethics and understanding and working together in groups. I was always a good team member. When we say playing basketball or working together within a group to deliver a project, you have to be sometimes the leader, right. Sometimes the least important person, but you should accept that, embrace that, and be part of that team without any arrogancy or without any leadership demand. So I think this is one success. Of course, you need your family to support you, starting with your marriage or spouse who understands what you are doing. I was lucky because my wife is a professional person also. She runs audit teams, internal audit, and she understands how you need to spend time, sometimes abroad and sometimes at work. So you need an understanding and a backup because it is also a team. A family
Absolutely
is a team, and kids become also good team members when they grow up. I have 2 daughters. One is 20. She's in Netherlands now studying.
Wow.
And the younger one is 15 with us. When they were kids, they were just kids, but when they grow up, they become really a support to you morally. And the rest is, I would say, following good examples, because there are so many good examples in front of us from the leadership. And this can be from anywhere. This can be, depending on your country, it can be your country leaders, which we are very lucky to have Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in Turkey. But beyond that, there are leaders from US, from Russia, from other countries, from Africa. There has been people who lead the way. I mean, when Nelson Mandela, after serving in prison for almost 40 years,
right.
and coming out in South Africa and saying his first speech, "We seek no revenge," that is so powerful. And being in South Africa,
I have the goosebumps.
Being in South Africa so many times, seeing how they are trying to build this nation again within equality, within prosperity. And when I requote the Martin Luther King, for instance, when he says, I have a dream where black and white can play together at schools. Or the inspiration can be from many other things, like the Bolshevik Revolution. When you study the era of the Bolshevik Revolution and how things started in the docks of St. Petersburg by Lenin, and people want equality, people wanted the First World War to stop. A lot of people will not know, because it's past, it's been 100 years, how much the Soviet at that time suffered. The biggest loser of the First World War was the Soviet and the Russian people. They lost 2.5 million soldiers, and the Turkish Ottoman Empire lost 1.5 million soldiers. And when you look at the population of that time, for instance, 10% of the Turkish population died in the First World War. Similarly, in Russia. So we need to not forget these and take lessons from there and appreciate where we are today. I think we don't have educated people. If you had a decent family that looked after you, you don't have a choice to lay down, lay back, and enjoy life. You have to work. You have to study. You have to give back to the community. It's a duty.
And such a wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing it. It seems that there are a lot of points, but actually if you look at it, they're all the essential stages. Everything starts from the family, and then it's up to you, to look around the countries, to look at their background, experiences, and take the best from each part. Thank you so much for sharing that. Mm-hmm. Well, you were mentioning a lot about the teamwork, but at the same time, you are the leader. You are the founder of the company Case, where you're leading the team of the very specialized lawyers that are focusing on company formation, business setup, business development here in the UAE. That is one of the essential parts for many expats who are coming here and trying to look how to set up their businesses, where your services come in. What's different compared maybe to the other countries you need to do in the UAE to set up the business and to have that successful business strategy? Yes. And how you help the companies?
I think United Arab Emirates is very business friendly. Compared to many countries in the world, in the region, you can very fast track open your business. And there is multiple options from free zones. Now there are over 50 free zones, specialized, some of them in your area, field of work. And there is Dubai Economic Department, Abu Dhabi Economic Department, even Sharjah or Ras Al Khaimah or Fujairah, giving you a lot of opportunities with harbor, with warehouse, only trading office, flexi desk. So the success of any consultancy company, I think, is rather than what they give, to understand what the client needs. I can say in any business that falls, because you have a product you want to sell, but maybe it's not the need of the person. And you need to know your product range well so that you can offer the right one. Because if you don't know and he needs another one, how would you? Mm-hmm. So that's the success of any consultancy company. And for the people who wants to open a business, whether it's a huge company or a startup, I believe the partner, the consultant partner, is crucial. Mm-hmm. Because someone, a know-how, which is already in the country for some time, having a network and following the changes of this journey is essential, because still we are a young country, and in the last 20 years, through decrease by the management of the country, there was a lot of changes, and still these changes are there. I mean, we implemented tax 3 years ago. How many things we have changed, added? They're trying to excel it.
It's still evolving.
Yeah, it's evolving, and they're trying to excel it. So someone has to follow professionally in tax, in accounting, in company formation on your behalf to make it best. And yes, we have a very good team. Our team is made of almost fully ladies.
Oh, wow.
They are very disciplined, they are very hardworking, and they know what they're doing, and they give the best option to our clients and people.
Yeah, I honestly can't visualize next to you anyone who is lazy. Like, even if they are,
Yeah.
just 5 minutes conversation with you, they're extra motivated and disciplined instantly.
Yes.
That's I have the feeling.
Well, I had friends who opened companies to work less.
Okay.
Yeah, they were thinking, when I leave the corporate world and I open my own business, I will be working less.
And then they end up 24/7 headaches.
Yes, which is the opposite of my wish. The corporate life was good, but it wasn't giving me the enough speed and things I want to do, despite they pay well and all these things.
Right.
So I wanted to make things faster. Just an easy example, when you have a target, let's say 20% growth this year, and you can grow 30%, let's say the market allows you, especially in Africa, it does. You have a management saying, no, let's keep it low so that we'll get our bonus this year as so much, and we can transfer the sales next year so much.
So you're very limited.
I didn't like this at all.
Yeah.
I never liked it. I played that game for a long time, longer than I was thinking, because I had obstacles, so I had to. But then when there was opportunities, I said, I will write my own destiny, which I am enjoying it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean there is no difficulty. Doesn't mean
I'm
you
sure
have
a lot. Yes.
challenges. But a lot of challenges brings a lot of learnings. I met so many nice people, so many inspiring people still every day, especially in UAE, because they come here and we meet here. This is making me comfortable, because you don't have to fly all over to these places like China, Singapore, South Africa, Senegal, which I did in the past. Now they're coming to you. We are meeting in exhibitions. We are meeting in Eurasiagulf meetings, Turkish Business Council meetings, or Dubai Economic Department Chamber meetings. I meet every day so many interesting people.
Yes, and that's the part I want to focus on to continue conversation is about the Turkish Business Council, because that's where you also play a significant role. You're running as the president of the Turkish Business Council in Northern Emirates. And in the arena in the UAE, where every day we can see so many business networking events and communities, and they keep popping up and appearing, and they're essential, don't get me wrong, but what's for you, first of all, was the moment where you realized that Turkish Business Council is not just another networking business platform, how you decided that within that platform you can help more of the Turkish businesses come to the UAE business arena, and then by the end you decided that actually you would like to serve as the president of the Turkish Business Council in Northern Emirates.
Yes, I mean, through an election it happens.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, when I come to the country, I was very organizational, structured person. So I was looking for an organization that I can be a part of, mainly to contribute. Also, that is how I was in Istanbul and Turkey. So I see that Turkish Business Council was established already in 2004 with some leading Turkish business people, and I joined in 2005. Of course, like any other business council, they were limited in people, limited in resources, but it was a great idea by Dubai Economic Department to form these NGOs for each country. Business people come together and they bring up their society culturally, trade-wise, networking-wise. So we had a long path from the start to today. It's been 22 years.
And all these years you've been...
Yeah, I'm proudly 20 years I participated. I did everything for the Turkish Business Council from the start. I was a member. At one point, when the photographer didn't come, I was a photographer. When they had to make the tables and the napkins, and
you helped with that.
We were shorting people. I did that, and I pick up visitors from the airport with no title, with no demand. For any organization, NGO, especially business councils, because today we are meeting with a lot of them, and some of them are new. Lately, I was in one of the new ones meeting. You have to say what I will give to the business council, what I will give to this NGO as individual, rather than what I will take. So first you will give, then you will take. Kind of a karma, so it will come back to you in time, not immediately. So giving is the essential, and within some time it will make you more happy than taking. You will take it, but not immediately. Mm-hmm. So Turkish Business Council, I think, is a place now with almost 1,000 members we have, one of the largest business council in terms of the member. But rather than the number, the engagement level.
Exactly. What do you do? Yeah.
What you do together, how you cooperate together, how you achieve things together is important. I think in the last 10 years, I would say, we transform also by making shifts in our thinking, how we make this organization, and of course the budget. You have to create a budget. Everything starts with money and continues with money. But you have to collect that money, use it for good terms. People has to see it and benefit from it, and then they will stand with you. It's a group act. You need supporters. You need people who will be executing a good event.
100%.
But you will have people who will morally support you, who will do things for the organization without taking money, giving their time, giving their energy. So I think the achievement comes with this quote. Someone said, what can be overachieved if no one thinks who will get the credit?
Rightly said.
So if we start thinking who is going to get the credit, that job at the end is not so powerful.
Absolutely.
Everybody should put his time and heart into it. Then something beautiful comes out of it. There's a lot of obstacles. There's people who object. There's people who doesn't really grab the idea, or people who says why they are doing this, why I'm not in this position, why I'm not in the board. But there's always these things will happen because we are human.
We are human. Exactly.
Yes.
We can't avoid that part.
Yes.
Even though it's one of the most established business councils here in the UAE, and I'm sure within that 20 years journey, you've been a lot, but you come to the point where the structure is very solid here. And if we look in nowadays at the business council and how the busy day or month looks like in terms of the activities, partnerships, main actions that business council is focusing right now?
Well, networking is one big feature of any business council, but the networking has to be done in a structured way. Because practically, if you think a room of 200 people or 300 people, which is often the number of people in our gatherings, within a time slot of 2-3 hours, how many people you can meet? Yeah, and it's good to be with 300 people.
If you're very fast, you can just distribute quickly the business cards, that's it.
Yeah, how many healthy discussions you can have. Of course, we don't sign a deal within these meetings, but we start implementing 2 years back speed networkings, where everything's quite defined. We give you 5 minutes to each person to be able to interact with the other, and then we make a bell
rotation,
and you make a rotation. So that evening, you are sure that you met 50 people, exchange business cards, names, and we have some pre-forms that people are ready, taking notes. And then you have, right after a networking hour there, so you picked some people that you might be interested in their work, and you talk to them longer. So this is one event. The other one is the work we do with Chamber. All business councils are very quite close to the chambers, and through business council, all the businesses are benefiting with the information and the options in the country. So they are developing their business. For instance, reaching to funds. A newcomer to this country might not be able to know or reach the information, how to reach these startup funds, for instance. So Turkish Business Council is not only supporting the people who come from Turkey to here, but also supporting people who wants to go to Turkey.
Okay.
So it doesn't
Both
need to be
sides.
Turkish people. We are having a lot of inquiry from Asia, from other people, from locals, Emiratis,
Who want to explore the Turkey?
who wants to explore opportunities in Turkey. Because I was lately saying in a meeting, Turkey and United Arab Emirates still didn't explore each other enough.
How interesting.
I know this country well. I know
Yes.
Turkey quite well. So we are still in an early stage of a flirting, of a love relation. We need to accelerate.
Yes.
UAE needs to understand more what are the opportunities in Turkey, because there's vast opportunity there. And Turkish people and the companies we see in the last 5 years coming more and more, bigger companies are coming. Before it was entrepreneurs and medium size, now it's medium size to bigger companies are coming. But this should accelerate because there's the management of both companies in the higher level, presidential level, are opening the path and supporting big times. The trade on the ground is not there yet. We should work more and harder and faster to make achievements. We had this SEPA agreement,
Yeah.
customs preferential agreement. This is helping a lot. You would not know, but now you can find very good eggs, Turkish eggs, in the supermarkets. Search for them. I was telling to my friends that you should taste, and they were telling me, yeah, because you love Turkey, you're always saying, even your eggs are beautiful. I said, try. And one day they tried, and they come to me and said, man, I couldn't believe the egg is so tasteful. I said, yeah, I told you.
Yes, Turkish oranges, tomatoes. Oh, you're too good at them.
Compared to 5 years ago, today our export to UAE only for eggs is almost $300 million. So imagine from scratch to $300 million, a new item, eggs, which is looking simple.
Yes, yes, but that's why I wanted to ask you of more specific examples, considering this still exploration stage relationship between the UAE and Turkey. As you help a lot of Turkish businesses within the Turkish Business Council, what are these sectors, specific products, specific services that you see both parties are lacking, and we need more of them, that either Turkish businesses should step in faster and grab that opportunity, or you can recommend people who live in the Middle East to grab the opportunity in Turkey. But some examples.
I think UAE has a lot of know-how for port management, especially with DP World. DP World is also in Turkey running Yarımca port, and we can do a lot through DP World. We can move our products to Africa, to other parts of the world. Turkey is a big production country. Food production or any semi-conductors or components production, Turkey is huge. We can use the logistic capacity of United Arab Emirates big times. Turkey is very leading country also in the world in banking industry. Our banking technology is quite advanced. IT technologies, we are very good. Those areas can be also implemented here. And when I say UAE, always we should think 5 hours flight distance. We can cover China, India, North Africa, up to Kenya easily. Okay, 8 hours, but Morocco even is potential. Tunisia, definitely. Egypt is a big potential for us. Defense industry. Turkey lived a lot of experiences. A lot of them are negative. So we had to build our own defense industry. And in today's world, you see how important it is, because even you have money, sometimes you cannot buy, they don't give that product. So self-defense is very important, and we are very happy that UAE, Gulf countries are in collaboration, in coordination, doing things more and more with Turkey. And after this dust is gone, I think the whole defense understanding of countries in the Gulf and Middle East will change. We will more depend on the region, and in this region, I think countries like Turkey, Egypt, Pakistan will play some more
pivotal role
additional roles. And looking at the other industries, food technologies. Turkey has a vast land, and we produce almost anything. Even lately I tasted avocado produced in Turkey, and they're almost perfect. I mean, the
Almost
ones from
perfect. I like that.
Chile or Peru are still, or Kenya avocado is still my favorite. But they are coming there.
Great potential,
I
yeah.
say, in the cost of much less. So they should explore more and more what they can achieve together, because it's a complementing industry, I would say. We are 90 million, UAE is 10 million. Our resources, starting with water, energy resources, are quite beneficial not only for UAE, but also for the whole Gulf, looking at the limitations we might have. So it will be a great alliance in trade and in other areas.
Absolutely. The list is very long. You can just pick up what suits you the best. As I said, I wish we have hours to continue the conversation, but if to just come to the conclusion, how do you see the Turkish Business Council development in the next couple of years, having said that it's been done a lot, and maybe your personal advice, considering your experience and expertise, how and where to look for those who are just coming to the UAE and exploring the opportunities, what they should do?
The idea is, if every management puts a few bricks on the wall, soon the house will be more stronger or will be built. So this is how we look at it. And at our time, with our board and with our executive committees, with our committee leaders, we have done a lot. But I believe a new management is going to take it even further, because I'm meeting every day our members or people from different backgrounds. They're brighter. They know much more than us. They use technology better than us.
You're so humble.
No, seriously. I mean, I'm getting more and more impressed with youngsters, because before 40 years of age was impressing me. Now even 30 years of age start impressing me, how they think. Our generation had some obstacles in their minds. We are seed with that. We are fed with that. So we can't really go beyond our own limitations. But
less flexible.
Youngsters don't have these things, and they think very open, in an open spectrum. I think our future, I mean the country's future, Business Council future, is very open and very bright. They will only do better than us. That's for sure. Some advice to people who are already here, but mostly people in Turkey who wants to come here. Please stop thinking and saying Arab world. There is no Arab world in the sense. I don't know what they try to say when they're talking about these lands as Arab world, because there are 26 or 28 Arab countries. I cannot even divide them into a cluster of 6 or 7, maybe. Even Oman and UAE are different. Kuwait and Qatar are so different, if you ask me, in terms of doing business as well as culture. Some of them language, some of them religion or other details. They are different. You have to study each country on its own, understand the culture, because how much you understand the culture will take you so far.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the culture, if you don't respect them the way they expect, you will not go anywhere. This is my saying to everybody. Understand the culture of the country, respect it, go with it, mingle with it, give yourself time, and then the success will be more than you ever think.
Thank you so much, Kanat. I enjoyed our conversation enormously. So do our audience the same. And thank you so much. I just wish you more of the learning, more of the experiences, amazing experiences on the way, and hope to see you on the next Eurasiagulf Social Tuesday that will be coming on the focus on the Turkey.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. It was lovely to be part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you so much.